can't believe it. Football, bloody hell.
Football, bloody hell. We've had a week or week and a half since we were live last time. Quite a lot's changed, hasn't it, guys?
And Ten Hag was still here the last time we spoke.
Yeah, so, we got my panel today. We've got Crazy Boom. We've got Darren, who's now a part of the team. And we have Mix again. Welcome, guys. How are you?
Good, and you?
Yeah, how's your week's been?
Great.
Yeah, not too bad. Still can't believe it's only Tuesday, but not too bad.
Yeah.
A roller coaster.
Yeah. So, let's start at the beginning. Ten Hag getting sacked after the West Ham game. I don't think anyone was surprised.
I was. You shouldn't be sacked in the summer.
Fair enough.
I said to John, I said to you that he was Ineos listening to our podcast because it seemed to be very much afterwards.
Yeah, his job was just untenable. Even from the summer when they were talking to other coaches, he only kept his job because he won the FA Cup. Let's be honest.
Yeah, he did.
His job was as soon as you start talking to other coaches, your job is untenable.
True.
In my opinion.
Well, that just puts into the idea in the players' heads. Like, obviously, my boss is on thin ice, so I don't have to listen to what he said. Not much.
Exactly. And I think they always had the idea if they were going to make a change in case they took time to get a permanent replacement in, that they'd have Rude there as a backup, like he's caretaker at the moment till the 11th in 6 days' time when Amarin comes
in. How quick they got a replacement nailed down makes me think that they had this planned for weeks.
Yeah, and we were just talking about it. We'll go more into Amarin in a bit, but the way all the signings came in the summer, they all fit towards a more free back system compared to a Ten Hag traditional system. Even Gary Neville earlier in the season was saying, with the signings they've made, I think they're going to a free back. So I think that they were always looking for a coach who would play free at the back. They looked at Thomas Tuchel. Thomas Tuchel's done it in the past.
I think Thomas Tuchel was the one they really wanted, and then he went to England, didn't he? So had to get someone else, but I prefer the one we've got now.
Yeah, and anyway, we'll start with Van Nistelrooy's first game in charge in the Carabao Cup against Leicester. We scored 5 goals.
I know. When was the last time we've done that?
4 1/2, might I add.
Very impressive performance. They just came out. I think it was very similar to that first game under Solskjaer when they just released the shackles, kind of, and he said, "Just enjoy yourself." Basically, I think.
I wonder how much also the players also held back with Ten Hag because they were all unhappy with how they were playing and the performances. And once that he was left, it was like everything just dropped, so they could perform better.
Yeah.
I personally think it's the case of when a manager gets sacked, then all eyes immediately go on the players. So you have the biggest spotlight. Everyone's now, okay, the guy you didn't want is gone. What are you going to do now? And they have the pressure where they have to do something. So they all were playing at 7 and 8 out of 10s for that one game.
Yeah.
True.
I just think it was different this time than it was under who did they get out last time? Oli or Mourinho, because I think most of the players got told, Bruno over this year have been told. I think he's been told to not do them silly passes, and you take that away from him, then that's his game gone. He seemed to change his game sort of thing, and then
this whole season Bruno's been playing so deep. And
exactly. I don't think they threw it. I don't think they. Well, you could say they threw him under the bus, but not as. I don't feel it as much as they have last year. I just think he's trying so much, and they've just, they've not worked. They've not got what he's on about. I think it's more the fact they've not got what he wanted them to do. I don't think they've threw him under the bus. But yeah, the players have got to change. But you know, I don't feel it doesn't feel like they threw him under the bus as much as the last two managers.
A lot of them actually came out and said farewell to Ten Hag, and not many did that with Ole or even Jose. So I mean, that says a lot in itself, doesn't it?
Yeah, a lot of players apologized to Ten Hag in their statements.
Yeah.
He just wasn't like. As soon as Ineos come in, they could have got rid of him straight away because they could have just said. See, they had the opportunity to get rid of him after the FA Cup final. Even though he won it, they could have just said, "Well, he's not our appointment. We want our own appointment in," and they could have done it so smoothly. And and now we're like, season's over, sort of thing. In the league anyway. You know what I mean? We might get top 4. I might meet Mary Poppins tomorrow, but you know what I mean? Like, it's just
you never know. I mean, the Premier League's ever evolving and changing. I mean, last weekend, that's just
with some of the results last couple of weeks. I definitely think it's possible. Like, a lot of teams are dropping points. No one's being consistent.
We shouldn't be 13th. No way. And it's just the way they've got rid of. They've tarnished Ten Hag. They could have done it so much better.
The problem with the FA Cup final that time is that they were kind of hoping in the back of their mind that we lose that FA Cup final because then it's the easiest decision ever to replace him. The fact that we won and then the whole fans out like afterwards, I was even one of them, was like, can you really sack him after he's won it? It's just that was the debate that was happening directly afterwards.
It's not that they won it; it's the way they won it because they outplayed City.
Yeah, that's like that performance. Do we give him a chance? That was the kind of
the first game he had his squad as well all season. It was the last game of the season, and the difference when we had the players was different. So I think people thought he needs a chance.
Like you could say that was the wrong decision. Hindsight's 20/20, as they say.
Yeah,
I still think that missing Shaw out of our current side, you can desperately see it because there's no impact. Shaw brings a huge impact, as much as some people would hate to admit it. He does, and when he's missing, it's like our team.
It's just like we're not like we need a left-footed left back. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like even I don't remember his name. He's been gone that long. Lazio, even he's gone. Both from injury. You just said, all right, he's brought what's his name? Who's the right back he brought? Mazraoui. That's it. He didn't really need to buy him. He needed to be our left back, but I'm glad he has brought him. But we needed a left back. Always. I suppose
all the reports coming out in the summer is that the club were okay with their left back situation, that they didn't want to buy one.
Yeah, but
I'd argue I think we did need a right back, but they replaced the wrong right back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's another story.
I must say, I was sad when Wan-Bissaka left. I really liked him.
Yeah, it's the kind of thing. He was one of the players that were being offered. Like we gotta take what at that point we gotta take who's buying.
I still think like 30 million from McTominay's. Well, I thought, how the hell we got 30 million for him? And then you see now he's been Napoli. He's just loving it. So, I mean, we should have asked for 4.
It's because in Napoli he's playing in Bruno's position. That's the
We should have asked for the Lukaku back.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, it was a good performance on his first game.
What a goal by Casemiro! We'll say that.
That goal was.
Casemiro's class.
I think him playing there and the guy behind him is better than because he don't seem to. He don't seem to have the legs. His legs seem to have gone. But if he can do that, you don't mind. Do you know what I mean? I'd rather him have further up the field, getting a ball, and then further back. Because if he loses it. Well, you see, we'll talk about a Chelsea game, but he lost it at a Chelsea game again, and you're like, flipping it. Do you know what I mean? It's like, get further up, keep Ugarte further back. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's only going to get better, but the Fenerbahce game and the Leicester game was Ugarte's best games in a United shirt.
I fell asleep through the whole Fenerbahce game, so I can't comment on that.
And I will say I'm happy Bruno finally scored. He was a bit fortunate with the deflection of the free kick, but I'm glad he.
But you take them as they come.
But he needed the start scoring for his own. Because he's been having a few where it just missed, and I think that's done as even as when we go later into the other game. I think that helped him, that confidence from scoring those 2 goals to start creating stuff.
As I was saying earlier, we'll talk about more when we go onto the system in a minute. The problem I had with him this year under Ten Hag, he's been playing so deep, and a lot of people, players, you want to track back, but Bruno just isn't effective if he's not up there.
He's got to have a free roll. Bruno's got to have a free roll.
He's the risk taker. Bruno likes to take risks.
Yeah, you can't have him tracking back. It don't work. It just don't work. But then is he doing that because Casemiro down the legs and he's not playing a guy? You think about it. You had Bruno, Casemiro, and Eriksen playing in the midfield, and it don't work. It only works against Leicester because Leicester, but I suppose they scored 2 goals. But you can't play if you play against City, against them 3 playing against City, you can't flipping run right. You've got to have someone in there. Everyone knows.
I think it's also because both Eriksen and Bruno like to play the same kind of game, where they both like to take risks with their passing.
No, 100% they do.
Yeah. We will now move on to the appointment of Ruben Amorim from Sporting Lisbon. His sporting team has been transformable in the Portuguese league. They hadn't won the league, I think, in 12 years.
19. 18. 19 or 18 years they ain't won it,
Yeah, before he took over. He joined from their rivals in Braga, where, I don't know, I was watching another video, and apparently he was actually assistant manager in Braga, because when his first position, he didn't actually have his coaching badges yet.
Yes, I read something about that. That's crazy.
He won the Portuguese Cup without even having his coaching badges.
He got fined a bunch until eventually he got his coaching badges when he went to Sporting.
And then he's won two back-to-back leagues in Sporting. This season, his record, I think he's conceded 2 goals in 9 games.
Fun fact, he got his coaching badges in Ireland.
Was it cheaper there?
Probably.
They haven't got many good coaches.
That is true, sadly.
The only coaches they've got are the ones that drive.
Really good appointment. Plays really good attacking football. He bought the striker they got, who everyone's talking about, who Sporting are currently playing against Man City at the moment, which we're keeping an eye on in the Champions League.
And Man City are sadly 1-0 up. In the 4th minute.
Yeah, but their striker, you remind me of his name, Boom.
Victor Gyökeres.
Victor Gyökeres. They bought him from Charlton. He was actually at Brighton before that.
And Coventry as well.
Yeah, and then he went to Coventry and kicked on at Coventry, and then he got a move to Sporting, and he's now basically one of the most informed strikers in the world.
Although he did miss
£100 million.
The sitter just a bit ago. So he's flopping it under pressure.
I'm hoping he can do a similar role with Højlund, who we all know how promising Højlund is.
Yeah, he's got so much potential.
And he's there. And if he can do a similar role to Højlund, what he's done with over there in Sporting, I think Højlund fits that role perfectly, which we'll go on to in a minute into his team. What was people's reaction to the appointment? You go first, Boom.
I was quite happy. I was really surprised. We were going through in chat, like me and you were going potential people that could come in and stuff, all the rumors, and then suddenly Ruben Amorim as well. I was like, wait, what? It was definitely my top 3 of people to go for.
Even Sky, an hour earlier, they was talking through the coaches, and he said, most likely it's going to be Van Nistelrooy. Least likely it's going to be Amorim. An hour later, advanced talks with Amorim.
They were going because they're going Amorim was going to get jobs in the summer, didn't. He said he was going to stay at Sporting till the end of the season. He even admitted himself he did ask could he stay at the Sporting till the end of the season.
Yeah.
We just said no, now or never.
And he was heavily linked to take over Pep Guardiola's Man City team as well. And
I think
no
people
one.
just putting 2 and 2 together on that one though because of the sporting director.
Probably, yeah.
Because the sporting director from Sporting is going to Manchester City. I think people were just putting 2 and 2 together from that. He always said that his club was Manchester United. He wouldn't have went to City. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a really good appointment. Exciting. He plays good football. What was your reaction, Darren?
Oh yeah, as Boom said, I was quite shocked. Like I was actually on holiday. I was in Southend, and he got Ten Hag got sacked, and then get home, and then like I'm thinking, wait a minute, they're talking of blooming Amarin. I thought, where's this come from? Do you know what I mean? It's just like it's not like us, to get so Then I see like potentials. Oh, they could talk to Ollie. I thought if they flipping employ Ollie, is it like Ollie? It's like Ollie or Southgate. I'm like, I ain't watching them. I've always said this because like my dad texted me saying, "Oh yeah, Southgate's going to get in." I thought, I'm not watching them under South. No way am I watching.
I'm saying that too. I messaged John and saying, if we ever get Southgate in, I'm skipping the season.
And then when he's out, I thought, I didn't know a lot of. I know that like he's won the Portuguese league, and they're saying he's the new Mourinho. But I was quite shocked, really. It makes a change for us to get a decent manager. Hopefully, hopefully he can do what Pep's done or what Mourinho done. Just hopefully this year they're right this year off. If he wins anything this year, it'll be a bonus. He's not going to be what's the name for this year. It'll be next year.
I don't see this new Jose thing because he plays completely like Jose. I reckon he's more closer to a Pep than a Jose.
The links to Jose is that he's a Portuguese manager obsessed with winning.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah, that's the thing.
And he worked under Jose as well. He got his licensing with Jose
at United. Yeah,
he went to Ireland with Jose.
Yeah.
No, just Jose has a few connections to the Irish League. Mr. Damien Duff, who just won the League of Champions.
Yeah, so he did some apprenticeship type thing at United when Jose was here. But his actual style of play, I think, is more closer to Pep because he likes possession. He likes to control the ball, attacking football. These are things you do not say with Jose Mourinho. Jose is you're structured, you're defensive.
But I think it's more at the time they came true management that they're up with the style of play that's happening.
Yeah. But we have all drafted a team, and I've allowed the team to give one signing that we'd make for Amarin. I think rather realistic as well. So let's go through them. Mine is up first. So he's got his 3-4-2-1. So I'm going to Højlund up front, Bruno and Garnacho as the 10s. My signing is going to be Afonso Davies because I think we really, really need a left back with issues we've got with injuries and just unreliability. Mazraoui, no brainer at right back. I don't know why people aren't putting him in the team with Mainu and Agate. My back three picks itself. De Ligt in the middle, Martinez and Yoro. I think Martinez will be really good in this system because at Ajax he's also played in midfield as well, and I think this system allows him to go into that midfield and support Agate as well on the counter. So I think he'd be really good for that role. And then Onana in goal, obviously. So guys, what do we think of that before we go on to the next one?
I think the back three says itself. I think we've all picked that back three in the goal. I'm just worried, like even with everyone, like mine as well. Just I know. I said earlier Van Gaal tried this, and I just remember Ashley Young running up and down that wing, and he was absolutely knackered. He was just. And I just think. Hopefully they don't get as as like we said earlier. Like he has one going forward, and then one he's going back, but. I don't know. Just hope they don't. I can just see Mazraoui just running up down that wing, and then he's just like, "I've got to come off because I'm knackered." Do you know what I mean? But hopefully it works.
That's where a lot of the defensive work actually is. Those is the centre backs. They push up. They do most of the running.
Yeah.
I
It's
also,
not-
I also think I was watching a few people's videos on the what he could do and like heat maps and stuff. And Garnacho might even play here with I've got Alphonso Davies currently.
I was
'Cause
about to say.
his heat map. He runs all around here. His heat map is everywhere, and I think he compared to if you tried a Rashford there, Rashford isn't great at cracking back. We all know that. Alphonso Davies, I think, would be a great option, and he's available on a free, and that's why I picked him. I think he will go.
You've been wanting Alphonso Davies for like ages.
Yeah, I think Madrid. I think he will go to Madrid, so it is a fancy signing. But we beat him to Euro, so why not? But I think Garnacho very highly chance. Garnacho
I
at
can
least
see
starts the
Garnacho
season.
there. I can definitely see Garnacho there because before we gave you the squads, I didn't put in a new signing into mine yet, and I had Garnacho there. I think he can do it.
Definitely, yeah.
He does run a lot, and he tracks back, and I think he's young enough to mold into that position as well. So,
Yeah, and he does like to have one of his wing backs act more like a winger.
Yeah, I think, and on that, I think Ahmed could do it as well.
Ahmed could do it as well, yeah.
That's it.
So we'll go on to the next one now. Next we have Mr. Boom and his team. Did you want to talk us through your team, Boom?
Yeah, because same goalkeeper, same back three. Mazarawi, Manu got that. I put Nuno Mendes as a left wing back. I just love him.
I also do.
I just loved him as a player. Every time I watch him.
Was he at Sporting at the same
He
time
was
as
at Sporting.
Amarin? Yeah. I couldn't remember when he left Sporting. So yeah, he's played under Amarin as well. So yeah.
He's so good with the ball at his feet as well. And he's quick.
Where is he now?
He plays for
PSG.
PSG.
But with PSG, they bring people in, sell them all the time.
Yeah, it's a very similar team, except for he's got Boom has gone for Nuno Mendes instead of Davies. I think we both.
Gone with Garnacho as one of the number. He could be a wing back. I just put him at the inverted winger position. You could put Rashford in there. You could put any of our wingers in that position. I just think Garnacho at the moment is the more clinical of all of them.
Yeah. That's why I done that as well.
And Bruno is just a no-brainer, and Højlund is just the better of our striker options at the moment.
Yeah. Now we've got Michaela's team. Do you want to go through your team, Michaela?
Sure. So I like the back three. Speaks for itself. I think they will be great for us. I also went for Nuno Mendes. I think he is a great player. My only concern with him is he does have a hamstring issue. So that would probably be my only issue. But I chose Manu Ugarte and Mazraoui. I think Mazraoui on the right is going to be sensational for us if we think he's good. If we think he's good on the left, could you just imagine what he'll be like on the right? And I also thought having Højlund up top would be great. I think he can be more clinical, especially with the right people behind him and playing the right style of football. And I was a toss-up between Garnacho and Rashford. The only reason why I went for Rashford is I think he's starting to come into more form. It's only a matter of time before he actually starts to score goals. And obviously Bruno, he is our creative outlet. So he speaks for himself. So yeah, that was my decision on that. But I do think Garnacho could play in Nuno Mendes' position. I think it would work.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. And I reckon where we might not have the left back for the first few games, I think they are back for that Ipswich game. But if not, I could actually see him starting there for his first game at left back.
I could see it.
Next, we go on to Darren's team. Did you want to talk us through your team, Darren?
Yeah, I've gone same back three and goalie. I did put Shaw in there. If he's ever fit, so he'll probably never play. I think that, as everyone said, Garnacho could play there. But if Shaw's fit, he has to play, and then I've got
one game.
Yeah. He probably will end up playing there because she'll never play one game and that'll be it. Mainu, Agate, Maserati. I'll say his name right. And of course, Bruno's got to play and Garnacho. And then up front, I love Hoyland, but I think we've got to have old Victory, and I can't say his last name. Hopefully they'll try and get him. He'll be my signing. But yeah, I can easily see Garnacho playing where Shaw is, and then having Rashford there. But I just done basically what the other two done. Really, Garnacho's on form, so that's the only reason why.
Yeah, I think also I think Martinez has also played at fullback before, and as I said, he's played where he can support the midfield. So I think if you have that attacking Garnacho on the left, Martinez can support him on the defensive side because he's played at that wing back before, fullback position before for Ajax and for us. So he's very versatile. So I think Martinez.
I mean, defensively, Ugarte will like push back into the defense anyway when they defend because that's how like Sporting work.
Yeah. I also think Shaw could play as the left-sided centre back as well because he's done that for us multiple times as well.
And he's been pretty decent at doing it too.
We ain't got to worry about Shaw really, have we? Because he's never fit.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're all gone similar teams, but a few changes. But yeah, very interesting times. I think he said that he's not going to sign any Sporting players in January, but I think we might get one or two in the summer. Hopefully we don't. Hopefully we don't do what we did with Ajax and just sign Ajax players for the next 2 years.
But also with Sporting. He said he wasn't going to raid Sporting, but there's quite a few players that were at Sporting that are now at other clubs that he could go for instead.
Yeah.
I'm just surprised no one had Anthony in their team.
Listen, he has a special place in the stands.
Back at Ajax.
I'll save him a seat.
I was going to put him in goal, but I'll start between him and Anana.
I'll put out a cone and he can just do 360s around.
Anana's going to love having the back five in front of him. Just imagine him with the coming out of being another midfielder he can do. He loves that.
I will say in his systems, sometimes he does have the goalkeeper that come out to be a centre back.
Yeah. I think
Like
Anana's perfect.
passing out.
I must say though, Nana this season has been
It's been
sublime. Wow.
brilliant.
He saved our bacon a few times.
Oh, they're moaning about him dropping a catch, but he dropped the catch and still got it. And I'm just thinking, he's been so much. Him and Masuaku have been the best two players, I think, this year.
No, 100%.
It's been so much better.
Big up with in that Leicester game, the rare appearance of Bayinder.
Yeah.
He finally gets a game.
I must say that was a big statement from Van Nistelrooy as well, because generally it would just be Onana, and the fact that he put him in, I was like,
the cup keeper actually gets a cup game.
Yeah.
There is rumours about a player that we've only just let go, but we have a buyout clause who could also fit that left back position. He's playing very well for Benfica at the moment. And that I think
ex-Benfica players are very worried that we will buy him back.
Yeah.
And for 16 million, if we're looking for a right back who would fit that wing back position perfectly on the team.
I don't know why they sold him. I'd have kept him and sold. I suppose as like Boom said earlier, people were just trying to sell whoever anyone wanted. Do you know what I mean?
And plus, they were according to Ten Hag at the time, he was very much told that we would have, Shaw's coming back like the next week. We'll be fine. We have Malacia and Shaw. They're both back in like 2 weeks' time.
Yeah,
we'll be grand.
Shaw's going to be back for the next millennium. You know what I mean?
I'm glad how Ineos are working though. Like before the last 12 months, when we started selling these young players, we're putting buyback clauses on them. Compared to, so we don't have another Pogba situation where we lose them and then buy them back for 80 million.
Yeah.
But
no,
yeah,
I think
buyback and sell on clauses.
To be fair, I think I know when we brought Pogba back. Oh man, I bet someone's sitting there. I bet sadly his agent passed away, but I bet he was sitting there thinking, Jesus Christ, what I mean, what the hell are they doing buying Impact for that much when they got rid of him for free? Whoever done that deal needs shooting. Do you know what I mean?
Well, that's he was wanting to sign for someone else. I think it was like Madrid or something, but they weren't going to pay that much money. So Mina goes, Pogba said this, that Mina Raiola said, give me a second, I'll call United. They will pay that money.
Yeah. Woodward just went, yeah, next.
Old way of doing business. Thanks.
And then they're like saying United, they're all saying United spend this. No, Woodward spent it. We didn't spend it. He was just going out and spending anything.
Well, he wanted a big name to put on a shirt and advertisement for.
He flipping put a bid in for Pelly.
I must say that's one thing that I'm really liking is we're going for the youngsters. We're not necessarily going for the big name. I mean, Euro I've seen his games that he's played before signing for us, and wow, we really hit the lottery.
There could be another one that potentially comes back as well. There was rumours a few months back about even under Ten Hag about Gomez because
I read that
he's playing so good for Nice. And his contract's up at the end soon.
Yeah, but he never really.
And he's open to returning too.
And even when he played for England a couple of times this season, he played really well. And I think if you get him on a cheap, I think he could flourish as that second 10.
He could.
I'm not sure about him because I see him a couple of games. He just didn't do it for me. Like him, I remember I watched him a couple of games. Just thought, nah. Same with Hannibal. He was brilliant in the reserves. He'd gone loan and come play for us, and he just didn't. I might be wrong. I might be wrong, but it's just you think, nah, you're not. Like there's a few youngsters that I'm still surprised that Harry Amas sent out the game. I know they reckon he's not strong enough yet, but
I think he's special. Yeah. He's got legs. I think he's.
I think Amas is going to play a few minutes and PAOK on Thursday. That's the reports.
I hope so because he's special. I mean, watching him in preseason was
he was brilliant. I thought he was brilliant in preseason, and then you see Lindelof turning up. You're thinking, what the hell is he doing? Or you know what I mean? Like who else played? No, like last season, Amrabat played left back.
Literally, one of the games in the cup this year, he played Toby Collier as a left back, and I'm like,
that was it. Yeah,
it's like surely we could have played Harry Amas there for this one.
He did play well. He did play well though. He's another person. He's going to be.
He's good. Yeah. Is he injured at the moment? He hasn't.
Yeah, he's injured.
Yeah, he got a big injury just recently.
Yeah, he's got the same injury Shaw has.
Oh. But yeah, I must.
But he's got ankle injury, I think. Yeah.
I must say, I do think that bringing Fernandes back would be really great. I don't know why we got rid of him. No. I think he's got something in him as well.
I just think they're just taking money for anyone, to be fair, because they just need to get.
I will say about Angel Gomez, we played him in the wrong positions. Like for his current club, he's playing as an attacking midfielder a lot. We were playing him as a left mid for most of our games.
That's really nice. England played him as well. They played him in tag mid, didn't they?
But then is he going to get many games if Fernandes is playing there? Is he going to want
2 10s? There's 2 10s in the system. There's 2 attacking midfield.
I suppose.
Like that will be the situation if we don't rate Mount if he never gets to any bit of form with his injuries. I would bring back.
Well, that's the thing. Mount needs to really now make sure he doesn't get injured.
I forgot Mount's papers.
The thing is, Mount's good. I know people always slag him off. He's actually really good.
He's been good for us too, but he's just not fit enough.
He's just never fit, and it's so frustrating.
I can't remember his name. Who's the attacking midfielder for Sporting? He's really good. I wouldn't be surprised if we went for him. I can't remember his name now.
I'll tell you right now. Attacking mid for Sporting.
Yeah. He's one of the two. It is not
Mason DeMount, I heard his name.
Are you talking about Gonzalez?
Yeah.
Gonzalez, yeah, he is good. Oh, is it Gonzalez or Convert? Is it Gonzalez? It's not. No, there's another one. Who's the other one? Begins with C. Convert.
They're talking about their centre back as well, but he's valued at like 70 million, and we just bought 3 centre backs. We're not buying another one for 70 million.
I will say they were Sporting for quite a few of their players. They've essentially bought Wolves players. Yeah. They were also just Portugal.
I don't think we need any more centre backs because I think everyone slags Maguire off, but he's been doing it. decent job for us.
I think they might get someone in young if Evans and Lindelof leave in the summer.
I know that we are still very keen on Braithwaite.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they want so much money for him, and he's not worth that much. He ain't
I
even
don't
played.
think they
He
can
played this
afford
year.
it now. They can't afford it. They're going to have to
But
take eventually what they can get.
Has he played this year? Because I know he's a bit injury prone as well.
I actually don't know.
I don't think he's
You know
been
what?
playing.
You know I like, and he had a really good Euros for England as well. The chap at Crystal Palace, Gay.
Yeah, okay, yeah. He'll be a lot though, won't he?
Yeah.
I will tell you, Braithwaite's played a grand total of 3 matches.
And there no Irish defenders we can buy. They're cheap. They are.
As long as you're not buying from Brighton, they had a crazy figure in mind for Evan Ferguson. I was like, damn, what is this?
Oh yeah, and he's done nothing since.
Yeah, he's gone very quiet.
He had a bad injury and he's not come back the same since coming back from it.
Yeah.
So picks on.
That's Amarin. We look forward to seeing him in about just under a week's time. Have you got an update from the Sporting game? How's he
Still
doing?
1-0 to Man City. But no, it's just 1-1 just now.
Come on, Sporting.
Our favourite man, Victor Gyökeres with the goal.
Of course. I've always been a Sporting fan.
Are we going to talk about a Chelsea game? We ain't talked about it yet.
Yeah. So we're now going on to the Chelsea game. Not as good as performance as in his second
But Chelsea
game.
did have an extra player on their team. That ref was atrocious.
Yeah.
Do you see that? Sorry, before that, if you see that have just come out with it was never a penalty against the West Ham. Like, I don't think they should do that. I think if they know it's not, they shouldn't say it, because then what do we get out of that? Just get even more angrier. Do you know what I mean?
Some bloke get an apology, like we're sorry.
Some bloke's punched the wall because we've lost. He's gone back and found out that and he's gone and punched it again. What's the point? We lose the game, but they should. They should. Whoever
sitting at home and
he's sitting there.
He's lost his job because of this penalty.
Sitting out there counting out his money, going, "Oh dear," and then carries on. Do you know what I mean? He's just sitting there counting out his money. They paid it all in 5p's. He's got to sit there.
He just gets text back from Howard Webb saying, "My bad."
Yeah, why? I think they should do. They need to do something with that. If they mess up like that, they come out with it. Like Bruno sending off. I'm not saying we'd have beat Spurs, but we'd have played a bit better. Hopefully,
that's why Ten Hag didn't count that game in any of his reviews.
I don't know if they're doing it, but they were talking of having like half-time talks with the ref in the Prem.
Wow.
They might as well put Luke Shaw in the freaking VAR. It's the only fucking thing you can do, isn't it? Get him in there. Get the injured players. That's what they should do. That's an idea, isn't it? Should get the injured players in VAR. I mean, that'd be freaking brilliant. Give them something to do. All that money they're sitting there wasting, sit in VAR. Sorry, go on. Carry on talking about Chelsea.
I think it's the same story as the rest of the year. We've just not been taking our chances. I think, as I said earlier, I think the shackles just released against Leicester. I think they had to do a reaction. And a draw isn't a bad result against Chelsea in the race for top 4. They have improved a lot this season. After spending £2 billion.
If you're looking at the form guide, we should never have done that against Chelsea. Chelsea are flipping the form guide. We've been hopeless this year, and we get a point off of them.
Yeah,
I will say this is the most broad fixture in Premier League history.
Yeah,
so it had 1-1 written all over it. That's why I predicted it in my predictions.
Yeah.
I had a very interesting viewing experience of this game because I was in a queue going to WWE Live, and the person in front of me was a Chelsea fan with the game on his phone, so I was watching it from there.
I actually missed
just
the penalty.
as I was going in the door, it was the penalty was given, so I was like, yes.
I still haven't watched it. I missed the penalty.
We should have got another penalty, a couple. The one on Højlund and Rashford. They both got taken out in the exact same time as well. Should have been a penalty.
When the penalty got scored, I literally said, I could see this just ending 1-1. I just predicted And then
What
I
goal,
check my
though? What-
phone later. Go like, of course, it's 1-1.
a great goal. Well, I missed it there. I had to watch the replay of it, but what a goal they scored! I don't think Schmeichel would have saved that. What a goal! You know, he wouldn't score that in a million years, would he? It was a good goal.
He probably wouldn't score it again if you gave him.
No, when I see, oh no, it can't put my phone. Oh no, flipping it, you see it straight away. And then when I see it, I thought, flipping it. And then Gary Neville, right? He shouldn't be on our games because he's a United fan. But oh my god,
he
he's gone completely the other way. He's trying not to be biased. He's gone completely the other way. Oh,
Yeah.
the defender
He should be
should have
sent
headed
off.
it
That's
straight away.
definitely a red.
Yeah, yeah, should have sent Martinez off. I'm like, are you flipping? You for real? Do you know what I mean?
I must say
Yes.
it was orange. That Martinez challenge was
Oh,
orange.
yeah.
But it's one of those
touch and
ones where
go.
he tried to not make it that. It's one of the yellow was the correct decision. It was more like a dark yellow.
Yeah.
It was a yellow. Like if you do anything again, I'm giving you a red.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they let us off because they sent Fernandez off during the Spurs game. So they thought, no, you know what I mean,
I'm just surprised we even got a penalty at all. Generally, we don't get those. They're very few and far.
Especially a goalkeeper penalty.
Yeah.
You very rarely see them happening.
He definitely clipped him.
They
though.
usually give the goalkeeper the benefit of the doubt in those.
Well, he missed the ball completely. So I was like, penalty. That was every day.
No,
He's
it's
done that.
definitely a penalty, but usually they justify it like, oh, the keeper is.
he's done that. He's done that a week. He done that the week before though, didn't he? He took someone out, but they didn't give the penalty.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They usually give the keeper the benefit of the doubt, even in those.
Yeah, Chelsea players really try to get into our Man United players' heads. They were trying to anger us. I got really frustrated with that because they were just kept trying these stupid things.
Well, Cole Palmer
Mazraoui was even good as a left back.
was very quiet, wasn't he? I didn't think, he must have been in Camara's pocket.
Mazraoui's good everywhere. He was good when Ten Hag randomly decided to play him at attacking midfielder.
I think the right was on the wall when he
Cole
when he
Palmer
played.
apparently supports United, so I think he just deliberately didn't want to play that well.
You know what? I would take him. If we ever had to go in for an offer and he's jumped ship, I would take him. 100%.
I don't think he'd ever come.
I think he would. He's a United boyhood supporter.
He played for City. We can't buy City players. We ain't gone that low, have we? Buying ex-City players. We can't gone. They ain't gone that low.
Last time we did that was Sancho.
Yeah.
Yeah, look how that turned out.
Yeah, that didn't turn out great.
Do you think Sancho actually?
I thought Sancho was going to be something special for us. I really and truly did, and it just never.
Do you think like he'll come back? Do you think he'll come back?
I think he will, but not in the Premier League. I don't think his body type and the style he plays is cut out for the Premier League, and I think that's why he did so well in the German league.
Why don't we send him to blooming Sporting and get their forwards? Yeah, you can have Sancho. Yeah, that's a sweetener.
Well, about the Chelsea game, the reason why we didn't win this is more goes down to the final few chances. Garnacho's one and Bruno's one at the end.
Oh, Bruno's one when he. Oh,
yeah, and the Rashford hitting the upright as well.
Yeah.
Another thing with Amarin is getting rid of our fucking set piece coach.
Yo, we are terrible. No, don't.
Well, he's bringing in pretty much all his coaches. But
don't get me wrong.
And their set piece coach, they score a lot. I don't know if you saw their free kick from striker the other night. Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
I must say, I don't know about you guys. As much as I love Bruno, he is not a free kick taker.
I don't know why they let Rashford have another go.
I don't understand. Rashford can kick a ball. He's got that Ronaldo like.
Don't swear. Don't swear. We don't talk about Beckham, remember?
But he does. He's got that movement and he's got that Ronaldo ping.
That one when he hit against Chelsea at their place, he rocketed out. He's got
a knuckle ball. Why do
I think Rashford has lost form with free kicks. The last few times he's taken one, he's blasted it over like too much, and I think that's what's put him out of favor.
But Bruno Fernandes blasts him all the time. I mean,
but he has the freedom pass of I'm the captain, I'm taking the free kick.
I think I think they wouldn't let Rashford do it because they're losing too many balls. Save money. Do you know what I mean? He was hitting them over the flipping roof.
Whereas all Bruno's been
I
doing
think
is
it
hitting
might
directly
take a
at the
little bit.
defender.
Yeah, he's just
It might
insane.
take a little bit of pressure off Bruno with Amarin coming in because the last like 3 managers have put so
Well,
much
can he
pressure,
take
pressures on
three?
him. So
Can he
much,
take the
Bruno
free
was
kick?
so much
there,
pressure on him being their
Yeah.
man. Bruno is the man. I think
See-
with him coming in, Agate is going to be that man. Agate is going to be his player, 100%.
And also, with him coming in, I wouldn't be surprised if Bruno might drop the captaincy.
Mm.
As much as I love Bruno, and I think he is a leader within the squad, he's a mega leader within the squad, I think he's too emotional with the badge.
I think
armband.
that's maybe a
Form could
decision
improve
after
a lot if he does drop it,
after
same as he
after
did with Harry
January and
Maguire.
onwards. I think that's the decision.
I think he should give it to Delete or Martinez. I think.
Yeah, 100%.
Them
I
two.
just think those two are the big leaders. But I mean, don't get me wrong, Bruno is a leader.
I think in a
It's
few
just-
years, Agate could be a shout as well.
Mm.
Yeah.
They would
I
give it
just-
to Luke Shaw, but he's never plays.
I just think Bruno
Banana.
it gets too emotional with all his decisions, and it ends up costing us.
He's that, yeah,
Because
he's
then
not.
it gets
he's not-
into his
yeah.
head, and then his whole game changes and shifts.
I will throw one out there.
I
The
give it
Ligt
to
was captain at Ajax.
He was.
Yeah.
He was.
He was.
De Ligt.
I think Martinez would be such a good captain for us.
Oh, yeah, that's what
He
I
would
said.
be.
Delete, yeah,
He's got
Delete.
that Vidic in him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, guys, any more to add on the Chelsea game before we end it for tonight? Oh no, we've got one more topic to talk about. Actually, one more topic. I'm sure you guys have seen the club statement today to say that the club have put a poll together in September. Back in September, don't ask me why we're only finding out the results about this now. And
I mean, in
It
fairness,
says
with
that-
50,000 people doing this survey, that's a lot to go through.
yeah, 50,000 people did a survey, and 54% are saying
52%.
52% is saying new stadium, 31%
One.
saying refurbishment, and the rest are saying unsure. I was very surprised to hear about these numbers. I think I've said it all ages. I think I've said it since the start of these talks about a new stadium. I said I think it's going to be a new stadium. I think it's too, as much as I want them to refurbish Old Trafford, I think it's too bit much of a job. It's got to such a state. They'd have to do it in 10 years again, probably.
Yeah.
So it's either build a new stadium now, which you could have for 100 years, or refurbish it now
Yeah.
and then have to refurbish it again in another 10 years.
You know what
Um,
would say that they could do to make both sides happy about having the refurb or doing a new stadium? They could keep something of our Old Trafford, and they can rebuild that into the stadium. Either
I
it be
think you've got to keep the Munich
something.
tunnel.
yeah,
Well,
I think keeping
Well,
something
they
like
said
that.
they said they would keep
be
the
great.
Munich tunnel and all the statues. They would
Why
just
can't they do what
slightly move it.
Spurs? Why can't they do what Spurs did to theirs? What do you not?
I
think
would
they do?
love them to keep the old stadium
Yeah,
and
'cause they've done
Spurs.
the Spurs thing. That I ain't been to the new stadium. I've heard loads of good things about it.
It's
But
really good, I think.
it's an unbelievable stadium. I've been there.
why can they do that?
Well, they want to make
what-
the stadium kind of similar to how big and like extravagant the American football stadiums are.
What I wouldn't be surprised if they did is, because I don't know if you've seen the plan. So in the current car park is where the new stadium's going to be.
Mhm.
And then where the Old Trafford, well, I'm guessing that'll become the
They're
new
gonna
car
have like
park.
they're gonna have like
a set.
cafes and like shops just lining.
I'd make a new museum, knock down the current museum in Old Trafford, make a bigger museum, and you could have the Munich tunnel as part of the museum.
Oh wow, that would be great. And you can also bring in the whole electronic thing and like make a whole big thing where people could come in all across the world to come see that you can build the atmosphere from within the stadium. So you're getting all those things into it, and you can walk on the pitch and you can do things like that. with the old stadium, which will bring more people and more money into this club as well. That would be great.
I
I
will
still wanna
say,
know how
like,
they're
I saw
funding
the
it as
survey.
well.
I did open it and read it at the time. Part of the questions were on the scale of 1, the preference. You have to line them up with like how much you want to keep the history, how much you want to keep this. In term, if we're rebuilding a stadium, which parts you actually want us to keep, and not. They broke it down into like different sections, which is more important.
Yeah, and I also want to know how they'll fund it, because I don't want this to happen. But Boom knows what I'm going to say. I've said for a long time, I reckon they're going to sell the naming rights to Old Trafford.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah,
I
America.
wouldn't be surprised because it's a new stadium. I wouldn't be surprised if they just
Like Arsenal did with the Emirates. I'm convinced that's what they'll do.
Let's hope we don't go like Arsenal because they had no money for a couple of years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's gonna.
No, but I think you do it like similar. There was a stadium in Ireland called Park in the Queeve over in Cork. It was having naming rights issues, and our shop Super Value bought the naming rights. But people were afterwards like, you can't call it Super Value something because that would just take away. The name was named after something famous, so then they compromised and just called it Super Values Park in the Queeve. The Queeve kept the name, but just put the sponsor in front.
Barca's now is the Spotify New Camp, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Still
I
calls
think
it
you
New
just
Camp,
keep
they don't call
you
it
just put the
Spotify
sponsor
New
in
Camp,
front
do
of
they?
the sig. Yeah, but it keeps like the bit of the history of the name.
Yeah.
Just they put the sponsor in front, or
Could you imagine if we got X as our sponsor? Or like Tesla or something like that?
Ineos. It's gonna be Ineos.
Idiots.
Oh, it would be, yeah.
Idiots.
Ineos.
Idiots.
Because the Premier League said that it's okay to sponsor yourself now. So apparently that's not an issue.
So it'll be the Ineos Old Trafford.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, anyway, let us know what you think about that in the comments. Anyone got more to add on the stadium and what they think about what's come out today before we end?
Nope.
I just think if they can do what they said in the brief and what the images of AI generated that they generate, I think it would look brilliant.
Yeah.
Is Luke Shaw fit yet?
I reckon he's doing a few stretches out on the green, girl. Oh no, he's injured his foot doing a stretch.
Anyway, guys, this has been the Fake Time Reds, and